All right.
Hi.
Hi.
Let me see if it just click goes. Nope, it doesn't.
Next down there, yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
That's
Like that. Okay. So, in-vitro meat. What is it? Well, let me tell you a little story about me going to McDonald's. McDonald's is a great place to have meat in a bun. Well, if you call it great. It's all up to your opinion. You've seen some movies, maybe it's a little bit different, but I'm sitting in the Chico McDonald's and I'm looking around. There's quite a few people there, and I'm thinking, a bunch of these people are eating hamburgers. What if the cows that these hamburgers came from were like walking among us inside of McDonald's? How many would be in there? So I'm imagining these cattle just walking around, maybe 3 in there, maybe 2. But I think that in American society, we have forgotten that we are eating things from dead cows, just eating meat, eating jerky, eating all types of ways of meat. So, a long time ago, even Winston Churchill said this, there has to be meat made by man, just in a test tube or something. So we're on our way, and it's called in-vitro meat. So let me explain this slide right here. This is what we have right now. This is how in-vitro meat looks like right now. It's about 3 centimeters long, about the size of a contact lens. And it's still in the process of becoming actual meat, but right now it's gelatinous. So, how do we get this from like this little contact lens size of gooey meat up to actual meat that you can hold and cook, and it tastes just like the meat that you're used to? We need people to actually donate and invest in in-vitro meat and the research behind it. So, yeah, many people think that this is actually possible within the next 15 years. 15 years, that's nothing. Yeah. How'd they get that burger in there? Yeah, so right now you'd think, okay, so cows being murdered, as PETA would say, to create meat that's in all of your fast food restaurants. Yeah, it's a humane problem, but it's also an environmental problem. Nearly 25% of greenhouse gases actually comes from beef-producing livestock in the form of methane. Methane, it's no good. Just refreshing that. So yeah, my source is Scientific American for that. Many different animals, including whales, different types of fish that you would not normally eat, many, maybe even pandas, because pandas. You could eat pandas or panda meat that's man-made in the future. Now, some animals are killed for no real necessary reason, except for just making a little buck off of each pound they make. So, we have a ton of these cows, a ton of these fish. What are we supposed to do? Artificial meat, come on. Invest in it. Alright. So yeah, exotic animals. Let me just say zebra, whale hunt. Have you heard about the whale hunt? It's a bad thing. Whales are dying all over the place, especially by the Japanese.
Why's that?
This is a really bad thing. We might not see whales in 50 years. unless we do something about it. And if we create lab-created meat, boom, whale meat. Cool. And my source for that is McLean's. So, within the past few years, people from NASA, different universities all over the U.S., have been making groundbreaking research for meat, but no other place has this much research, as much research as the Netherlands. They are like Meat Valley. It's like the Silicon Valley of meat. Oh, here's a little comic. Let me just read that, because it's already up here. Dad, what's for dinner? Guess. Steak? Too many hooves. Chicken? Too much face. Fish then? That's just plain sick. Made what? A faceless hunk of laboratory-made animal flesh. New from Nightmare Future. You could get a lab steak. This is where we are right now. We have nothing that looks anywhere near steak, and this is a huge step towards the future, because we actually got something that is meat. It's tissue. So to make this meat, many researchers have tried different ways and methods, and people in the Netherlands are pretty sure that to make meat, you actually have to take the meat. Take the cells from stem cells, and you gotta have stem cell lines. Create the meat, put it in a hanger. I believe I have an image, but here's a cow you killed. Okay. You take a punch out of an animal, just chunk. Oh, there goes my muscle. And then you take that and use stem cells to create more and more tissue. That goes into a little deal where you create tension, and just like lifting, you can build muscle. That's where they send little micro pulses of protein and different hormones, very small pulses. And this is what this one researcher found from Utrecht University, is that we need to make these pulses super quick with a very cheap chemical, and it's actually possible. So that's how you make the meat. How are we gonna ever get this to consumers? How are we gonna make consumers believe that this meat is actually meat? Because it's the same meat, it's just different. Yeah. Well, many people are grossed out. You can see by that comic, nobody is really appetized by artificial meat. I think that investors and certain marketers that are from like places like PETA and stuff should put out advertisements that makes this type of meat actually look okay. So please go out there, maybe tell your millionaire father or something, invest in this meat. One of the main research places is Utrecht University in the Netherlands. Oh, and I just want to add, no more mad cow disease after that. Have your panda meat, everybody. Okay, Gallagher, you had your hand up.
This sounds like a good method of solving, or helping to solve world hunger.
Oh yeah, and every single minute that we don't have this actually put out to consumer level is another 1,000 cows dead.
Every second.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and then you got these huge bioreactors of 50 tons of meat within like a week. So you could have that. And so you can get a lot more meat this way. What feeds the meat is soybeans. Nick?
So let's say that this product gets developed and it looks and tastes like real meat, because it is real meat. And you know, our current standing of how our society is with the way that meat production is controlled by like 6 or 7 different companies. Do you think that this kind of product will ever actually like get big in our country, or will be shut out by these big companies that are in heavy control?
I think it'll start out with like some sort of interesting gourmet artificial meat thing. Like only rich people go out and eat artificial meat. Oh, look at me, I'm eating artificial meat, huh? You know, peasants. And then that makes the peasants want to actually eat the meat. It helps. Yeah.
Okay, so you said that cows by themselves, the bovine, entirely, the population.